We've got back to winning ways. Le Paris, le victory in Paris. Sit down, René Depardieu. Brilliant. Va-va-voom. Ben Whiteman with a screamer. If you want to watch a harder strike, go and watch the UFC. We won it by a brilliant screamer. One of the best goals of the season so far from club captain Ben the Machine, the product, the architect Whiteman. Lincoln City losing 1-0 to us today. There's no need to preview this match because, well, to be honest, the laptop was broken for a bit. But there was no reason to preview the match because I knew we'd win anyway. It was just a case of who ended up starting. And you know what? I've got the hiccups because I'm too ill for this feeling. I'm ill for this feeling. We've won. We've won. We've absolutely done it. And we've got back to winning ways. Now it's all about keeping that winning run now. And we do need to do that against AFC Wimbledon. And then we've got the FA Cup next week against United of Manchester, which is on the BBC. Brilliant. We actually get coverage for once that's not paid for. But what a performance. Good performance from the team today against Lincoln. You know, again, our team, it's like a Premier League team where we turn up for big games, but we don't turn up for the littler games, like the mid-table teams, the relegation teams, all that malarkey. And we know we need to turn up against AFC Wimbledon like we did against Ipswich, like we did against Charlton, Bristol Rovers, Lincoln today. We need to turn up for the littler teams, the teams that are not finishing higher than us. And that's the likes of AFC Wimbledon next week. We've got Oxford United coming up after the EFL Trophy and the FA Cup matches. And you know what? In a time where we're going into another national lockdown after Thursday, you know, we need some positivity in this club, and we do need it big time. And that was a good step forward by getting the 3 points today. Ben Whiteman, the product, the architect, va-va-voom. You know, that shot was harder than a punch by Nicola Adams. Good luck, well done on Strictly, Nicola Adams. Brilliant today. But, you know, that strike was an absolute screamer, you know, perfect for Halloween. It was a trick or treat special. It was a box office hit that you didn't pay 15 quid for. It was a brilliant shot by Ben Whiteman. And overall in the game, I think the Doncaster Rovers definitely, they were definitely controlling in the second half. I think that they didn't, at times there was no clinicalness again. But you know what, we got through it, we kept our shape and we got the 3 points, and that's all that makes sense. I was sad though because I felt like in the first half, and especially overall in the game, we could have scored 2 or 3 more, but again it's just the clinicalness that lets us down. Josh Sims, again, proving why he is a saint. You know, just don't crucify him on the cross, just bring him to us on a beautiful, just bring him to us on a beautifully 100% ill-free player, and you've got a brilliant talent. You know, you've got a saint on our side. Bursic made some good saves today. The defence was good. Rhys James was alright. Okunabiri, I'm not going to lie, he looked a little bit lost, but again, his hold-up play was great. It's just the clinicalness he needs to work on. And I think overall, we could have scored 2 or 3 today, but I will still take a 1-0 against top of the league. Again, it's the second top of the league at the time we beat, and we need to improve on that. So we did well today. Not going to go over my head. It is just one win. You might sit there and think, well, hang on, you've got a Premier League mentality. Why are you not? I am happy with the win, but it's just one win. It's all about consistency now. I'm looking at this long term. It's all about consistency, and that's been the biggest Achilles heel of Doncaster Rovers for many, many years. Doesn't matter if we play attacking football, defensive football, pop the bus football. Consistency is the key. I don't care if we scrap 1-0 or beat them 5 or 6. Consistency is the key. And it's not winning a couple of games then losing a couple of games. It's winning, 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 winning. It's not a repeat. It's not UK Gold. It's not the old channel UK Horizons. This is consistency. And this is Consistency TV. And on today's show, Doncaster Rovers, if the programming schedule doesn't get changed or cancelled or altered due to a special occasion, positive or negative. And, you know, we need to be consistent. We absolutely need to be consistent. So, I'm going to give you guys my player ratings for today and sum up what we need to do against Wimbledon, and then what we need to do against United of Manchester on the Saturday next week in the FA Cup when we get to watch it on beautiful BBC television. So, moving into the player ratings, starting off with Bursic. I'm going to give him a 6 today. I think he was alright, made a couple of good saves, but apart from that, was pretty good. As a defensive shape, we did cancel out Lincoln City quite out a lot, which was good. Joe Wright, he gets... I think I'm going to start with the centre-backs. Start with Joe Wright. I'm going to give him a 7 today. And the reason why I give him a 7 was because he was great defensively and he kept that defensive shape. So overall, kept the clean sheet. Couldn't exactly ask for anything more than that. Same again with Tom Anderson. Gets a 7 from me. The anchor of that back line. And again, just proved why he's a good defender. Cameron John on left back today gets a 7 from me. Not the most perfect game ever, but I think overall it was a really good game. It wasn't like a world-class left-back performance because he's not a left-back, but I think he is showing transitions of that role, and you know, on his best day he can show great things, and he did show some of them great things today. So I've not got really much problems with Cameron John. Danny Amos gets a 7 from me. Started at right back today. Absolutely brillante, as the brilliant Europeans would say and pronounce it. Beautiful pronunciations there. But Danny Amos gets a 7 at right back. He was brilliant again today. Just showed exactly why he needs minutes this season, and you know, he's really starting to grasp a spot in this first team now. Ben Whiteman gets a 9. He was my man of the match today by a long shot. Not just the goal, but his whole direction of the play, the brilliance of the play, and overall just the club captain for a reason. You know, there's a reason why he's a club captain, because he's a leader. He's growing into that leadership role that Coppinger is passing down onto Ben Whiteman. So, you know, when James Coppinger finishes up this season, he can go do his podcast, which is amazing, by the way. Go and check out the episode with Billy Sharp. It's brilliant. And Ben Whiteman can slip into that leadership role, and he's definitely doing that. He's definitely doing that. In the midfield as well, Matt Smith, going to give him an 8. He was involved in assisting with the Ben Whiteman goal, and overall, he was fantastic again today. So that's my rating for him. Rhys James gets a 7. Again, you know, I think that Rhys James was alright in the left midfield. At times felt a little bit lost, but I think overall, you know, I think he had a really good performance. Smith on the opposite wing gets... Sims. Why did I say Smith again? Sims on the opposite wing gets an 8 for me. I think he was brilliant today. It was like a low 8. It was like just above a 7. But I think overall he was really good today. Taylor at cam, again, involved in the Ben Whiteman goal with Smith and Whiteman himself. I guess a 7 from me. I think Taylor is a good cam. He's starting to play that role again, but I think that he's better on the wing in my opinion. But, you know, at least we're trying to versatile him in a way. And then Okunabiri, unfortunately, I'm going to give him a 6 today. You know, he did have a couple of chances that and there was a couple of chances he probably should have scored, but you know, like I said, Fajiri's hold-up play is brilliant, but he just needs to work on the finishing. But if you can't do that before January, we've got to look at bringing in another number 9, especially if Tulloch and John Jules are going to be injured for quite a while. And, you know, that's always been a big thing with me for him. I think it's always been clinicalness and shooting. Just shooting right. Just shooting... you know, just shooting and making it clinical. You know, it's just, there needs to be more of that, and I think that there needs to be more clinicalness from Okunabiri, and I think that's the only thing we're missing with him. It's just clinicalness, and I really do hope that we get that out of him. So looking at substitutes then, Halliday, of course, came on for John Taylor, and it was appeared that Halliday was playing at right wing. I'm going to give him just an average 6. I think he did I think he did all right. You know, I think he did all right. But you know, I just didn't make too much of an impact on the game. Just all right. And you know, I think obviously Josh Sims coming off with a bit of cramp for Jason Lakilo for the last few minutes. Again, Lakilo didn't do too much, but for that 5 minutes, he just came on and held the game. So again, we're looking at a 6 rating here. for Jason the Kilo. But he did do well when he came on, just an alright performance overall. So there we go, that's my player rating. So what do we need to do against AFC Wimbledon? Well, we just need to take some more of the chances. And, you know, I think that overall, I think Lincoln did pressure us a few times. They did put some chances through on goal, and Bursitt was called into action, and the defence was called into action. And there were a couple of times where we cancelled them out. A couple of times they cancelled us out. And overall, I think that we could, like I said before, we could have scored 2 or 3. It's that whole thing again of coulda, shoulda, woulda. And, you know, it's like saying, I'm going to go off and I'm going to lose £30 on an exercise regime, but I could have done that months ago while lockdown was on. It could have given me more space and to be free and fly like the wings of a bird and not crash like the broken down pterodactyl. It's like saying you could have done this, but you need to do it. And we do need to, you know, we need to be more clinical. And that's going to come with time. It's going to come with energy. It's going to come throughout the season. So hopefully we do that. And, you know, I think once Fajiri gets more versatility about him, and I think once Fajiri gets more options around him, when Tulloch comes back, when John Jules comes back, you know, we do need those options available. I think striker will be the focus again for January. I think we will get maybe a loan in for 6 months, or maybe get 2 6-month contracts for free for 2 strikers, just to give us more options on the bench. So I do think that maybe we should see them happen, you know, in January if Fajiri's not scoring enough goals. And you know, I think we do need more options in that forward position. So, but hopefully Fajiri can prove why there doesn't need to be any more forwards. It just needs to be him, Tulloch and John Jules. And Fajiri can prove himself against Wimbledon on Tuesday. Hopefully. So thank you very much, guys, for watching this review of Lincoln 0. Donny Rovers won at the Keepmoat Stadium, 1-0 win for Doncaster against Lincoln at the Keepmoat Stadium. And, you know, hopefully, you know, we will be at the brand new Plough Lane. Well, I think that this is it, isn't it? This is the one I was talking about. This is the first game at the brand new stadium for AFC Wimbledon. So, you know, it's going to be a very exciting game, a very, very emotional game for Wimbledon fans. It's their brand new stadium. It's a brand new era for them. And glad to be the first opponents in the brand new stadium for Wimbledon fans. And hopefully we give you a good game. And hopefully for us, we spoil the party we seem to be putting on here at Plough Lane. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And for now, I'm Aaron Chalney, here for the sports you love. And goodbye.